Good morning, y'all. Welcome to Coffee with Connect. We get together on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we get into God's Word together, and we have our coffee. And today's coffee mug is a Buckeyes mug. I'm all Buckeyes today because today happens to be my dad's 70th birthday. So he's not on Facebook or social media or anything like that, but wish him a happy birthday. And he is a avid Buckeyes fan. And he actually got me this mug. So today's entire episode really is kind of dedicated to my dad. And the verse we're going to look at today is my dad's favorite verse. We're going to go through our process here of pray, read, think, write, do. And we're going to do that with Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. We're going to take a break for just one day from 1 John chapter 5, and we'll get back to that. But today we're going to look at Isaiah 40:31, and this is a verse that my dad has quoted my entire life. There's a picture of an eagle flying in the living room at his house that has this verse on it. It's just his absolute favorite verse, and I think after we break it apart a little bit, you can see why someone would choose this as their favorite verse, because it's encouraging and it gives us guidance and wisdom for moving forward and trusting in God. So Isaiah 40:31, and I'm in the NLT. So let's read together. It says this: "But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They will soar high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint." So there's even an element of prayer built into this verse a little bit. If you think about our 5-step process of pray, read, think, write, do, those who trust in the Lord. So there's an element of needing to communicate with God there if you're going to trust in him. But I think about how it's talking about finding new strength and not growing weary, and how relevant in many ways this verse is to probably where a lot of us feel right now. 18 months or so into this pandemic, we're tired, we're weary, but he never is. God never is. He never will be. So why don't we trust in him more? Why don't we rely on him more? Because God gives us power, as it says here. But if we're proud, if we're confident, say in our own strength, if maybe we even just, for whatever reason, don't even think to look to God, then we will get no strength from God. And so how do we get that strength from him? According to this verse, we wait on him. Sounds counterintuitive a little bit. Doesn't mean we just sit around and expect it. That's not what that means either. He brings it to us as we seek him, but we can't force it. We need to wait for him as we're seeking him, and wait for it to show up in the way in which he chooses for it to show up. And that includes relying on him instead of ourselves. The more he increases and the more we decrease, the more this all starts to make sense. And so it's his strength that allows us to soar above anything else like eagles do, right? And so to have that higher perspective that allows us to see things more like how God sees them, that gives us strength to move forward and to make progress through him. So as we've hopefully prayed, now we read, we thought about what we read, write. What can you write down that can make a difference for you? Is there a little nugget of what we've talked about here so far that can make a difference for you that you can write down? And then what's your action step with this? What do you do? Well, I want you to notice something in this. Maybe you noticed it when you were reading, maybe you didn't. But I want you to notice the order of things, because it seems strange from a human perspective, because it says we soar on wings like eagles, then we run, then we walk. seems backwards. Because if I'm gonna fly, I would think I need to start walking and then speed up and run and then jump and take off. Not that I've flown outside of a plane before, because I haven't. But it seems out of order. But isn't that so God, for things to be almost backwards? Because if you think about it, first we need to recognize that we are, as children of God, soaring in the heavenly places in Jesus Christ, and that we can have his perspective. Then we set ourselves on the course to run the race, that we are called to run. And we're in a good place then for us to be able to walk the walk. So thanks for joining me, and I hope that you will like the video, subscribe to the channel, and wish my dad a happy 70th birthday. And we will see you again here next time as we connect to Christ community, purpose, and God's word with coffee together. See ya. Go Bucks.